Hello, today I want to talk to you about a very important item, the textbook. You know, you don't have lectures in the classroom, so the most important thing you have is your textbook. This textbook is 2 volumes written by 3 very famous people. 2 are historians, and the other one is a person who taught English literature. So, you know, you have the factual material, you have the information, you have the wonderful stories, and then you have somebody who was really good in the field of literature. This is the 4th edition of this book. And believe it or not, I've read all 4 editions because I first read this in 1980 with the 1st edition. And I was so proud of the book because it was so much better than any English history book that I had ever used before. The book at that time was done by Clayton Roberts, who is the historian, and his brother David Roberts, who is the person who is the English literature person. And they retired, and the book was then taken over by the present author who works on it, whose name is Douglas Bison, and he's a very fine British historian also. He has really kept the wonderful literary style of the book. He's added a few things here and there, and I think you will enjoy it because it's not just a political history or a history of the wars. In this book, because of David Roberts, you have plenty of information on the history of the literary world, the artistic world, music, art, and all of those wonderful things that we all like. And, of course, it does have the politics and the wars because you can't leave that out of history because that also shapes what we do and what we think. Now, when you approach the book, there are 31 chapters. That's a big order for a 16-week course. I thought about a smaller book, but they really weren't very good. So this replaces me in the classroom lectures. So treat it as such. Now, when you get into the book, what I want you to do is to notice, always read the introduction. Every chapter is like the essays you're going to write for me, has an introduction. What is the chapter is going to cover, and then there's a conclusion about what he has to say about that particular period in history. So don't slough over either the introduction or the conclusion. Now, in between the introduction and the conclusion, you have many, many, many topics. And what you should do for each and every topic is you should turn each and every topic into a question. For instance, right here we have, it's the Neolithic Revolution. And so you should say, well, what is the Neolithic Revolution? What do I need to know about the Neolithic Revolution? And as you read through it, try to answer that question. How did they live? What did they build? What did they want? What did they accomplish? Those are the important questions. And after you finish this section on the Neolithic Revolution, if you can't answer the question, unfortunately, I'm afraid you're going to have to read it again. Because that's what you should get, is the answer to that question. The same thing is true of the Bronze Age. You come to the Bronze Age, what is the Bronze Age? Why is it important? Who were these people? Answer the question. Now, another thing that I do, because I am preparing the study guides for you, always pull off the study guide for Chapter 1 or Chapter 2, whichever one you're reading. And at the top, it has identification items. And when I'm picking out what are the identification items, in the textbook, as I'm reading through, when I come across an item that I think is important, like here, Windmill Hill people, I circle it. And when I go back to make the study guide, then, I have my names and items and circle. So those are the things that I thought were most important. So you should always have the study guide with you. It is a guide. It's a guide to help you read the chapter. And also, as a guide, there are questions at the bottom of each of the study guides which you will use for your exams. So, don't wait until the day before the exam to run off your study guide. Do it right away and use it. So this I think, and I hope you will like the book. I do. And you need to, if you have any questions about it, either email me or, best of all, put it on discussion board so other people can react to what you're saying, or I can answer the question that you have asked. So enjoy the book. Enjoy it very much. Enjoy the bibliography at the end of each of the chapters. So very, very good. I've read books that they have suggested, and I found the suggestions very, very, very good. Good luck with your reading.